I'm at a mall right now. I just finished watching Supergirl. I think the story was good. I like it. I like it. But the villain kind of sucks, but I'm not gonna spoil it here. Okay? You know, what I want to talk about today is that when you grew up, you have met countless people and you start to realize that people only know you only one side. Nobody truly understands who you truly are. I mean, in a way, it is a bit suffocating when it is kind of like you are misunderstood. Like, if you show your funny side to them, and that is the only identity that they perceive you, they don't know other sides, whether you are intellectual, how depressed you are, how talented you are, or what else do you have, or what do you usually think about. They only know about one side, and we can't do anything with that, because if they believe it, just let them believe it. Because if you were to try to convince everyone to understand who you truly are, like every part of you, it is extremely time consuming, man. Like, if 10 people in your life, you have to explain to all of them how deep you are, or what do you constantly think about. And most of the time they don't care, or they don't want to know any of that. It is kind of pointless to do so. I think it is one thing that most people often seek is just being understood. They don't have to agree with you. Like, you just want them to see who you truly are. I think it is one of the most beautiful thing, but it is really rare. And it takes time to get to know someone, or for someone to get to know you. It's not gonna be months, maybe like almost a year or more than that. But eventually, you just have to accept the fact that this is just a solo life. The only person that would know you best is only you. Even if you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, of course, like, they might know you best from every angle. But at the end of the day, even if you can articulate well, there are still some things that you still can't put into word, or you just don't want to say it. So the only person that would know you best is only you. Eventually, your wife or your husband, they will depart. So you will still be left alone. Damn, man, when you think about it, even though I don't have like wife right now, I can't imagine how it feels. But at least if someone like understand you a lot, I think it is already great enough. Because most people nowadays, they just want to know you superficially. Because if you're too deep, then they would think that you're too serious and like just like chill out. The world's not that serious. Just having fun, that's it. But sometimes, like, if you were to do so, like just like chill out, don't talk about anything seriously, just having fun, experience life, then I swear you might experience some sort of loneliness. Because you never open up to anyone, even with yourself. Because when you try to do so, you'd be scared of your own thoughts, because you never examine it. Okay, that's why I think it is really great that if you were to have someone, it can be like your mom, your dad, your best friend, your brother, literally anyone that you can talk to about like anything, you know, at least if they know you kind of well. I think it is really good. But you know, there's like some sort of experiment that like it's more like a question that people ask, that if all of your memories are gone, who would you trust to tell you about who you are in your life? This is really like a tough question. Like imagine, who would you choose? Your mom, your girlfriend, boyfriend, your sibling? Damn it, it's really tough. You know, like, cause honestly, my sister, she's still like 15 and she still like can't, she, let me put this way, she hasn't found her identity yet, and I swear she still like misunderstands me a lot. So definitely not her. And my mom, I mean, she knows me, but I don't think, not even like 50%, maybe like less than 30. So damn it, it's really tough, you know. And I don't really have like friends. I got only like my best friend, but it is friend like for fun. But he's my best friend. We've been best friend for almost a decade. It is not, you know, friend of a virtue where you would talk about like, I mean, I talk with him about like deep stuff, even though if I were to get like too deep, because like if there's something like personal, you know, then he would get it. But if it is about like something really deep like philosophy, bro, he would be blanked. Okay, so I wouldn't say that he's a friend of a virtue. He's just like a friend of fun, in, you know, the person who cares about me. Okay, but still, he still doesn't know me like best. Damn man, like when you think about it, it is tough, because if you just like pick someone and they just say something that is just partially true, just like 20%, bro, I would be crying. Oh, now I'm seeing rainbow. Damn, it's so beautiful, because, you know, the rainbow after rain. All right, get back to the topic. So I don't think we should try to, you know, force ourselves like into a situation where we need to over explain about our identity to someone, because most of the time they just don't want to. Or like sometimes when you tell them about your story, like your major events in your life that transformed you, and they kind of dismiss it, you, man, like it feel horrible, like as if like you don't want to listen at all, and you would even feel bad about yourself, and after that you would just block yourself entirely from anyone, so you wouldn't talk about anything deeply about yourself anymore, which is not your fault. I think this is like what Nietzsche wants us, you know. Society has fallen into decadence literally because of social media, and people just like, they are constantly stimulated. They scroll for the whole day and they just over internalize a lot of media, so then they cling that identity to it. They don't even know who they are. They are just another copy from social media, like the mainstream that they usually consume. It is really hard to get out of it when you use it every single day, because people don't usually have time to examine about their own thoughts and feelings. That's why like I completely like get people that they want to be off social media, because otherwise a lot of people, they might be living life on autopilot forever, which is scary. It is like you were born and then you were just moving, like your eyes are like white, just like some sort of a soulless body, and just like moving. Because it sucks. Like, you are so blessed that you have consciousness, but then you don't use it. No word, man. Like, no word. But I'm not trying to condemn anyone. It is just, if it is like that, then that it is up to them. I'm not trying to tell like anyone to change or anything. It is their life. So I think understanding yourself like best is already like good enough. It is good that when you have an opportunity to share with someone who actually wants to listen to you, I think I like it, when people like want to listen to me, I also would want to listen to them if it's something that I'm interested in, or even just like their personal story, because you would see life from another perspective. I don't really have friends anymore, like, because my best friend, right, the one that I told you guys that we've known each other for almost a decade, he lives in the north and I live in the capital cities, so we rarely meet each other, though we still talk time to time. It was nice. The one that like I told you that it is a friend of like for fun. If you have interpretive skills, I think it is really good, because when you listen to someone about something, you don't get only the information that they are telling you, but you would get something underneath it. And I like that part. Even if I were to talk to people who go to clubs, I still want to listen to them, like, why do you like it? Because it's not my thing. Like, I don't know. Because some people will tell you that, like, oh, I like the music, I like drinking, I like dancing, right? But I think there is something underneath that. It's just not simple as that, because maybe they were convinced by their friends, and then since then they just try to escape reality, because when they stay alone they would feel depressed or some sort of thing, or they try to escape it because their personal life sucks, because maybe they have problems with their parents or whatsoever. There are so many reasons. That's the part that I like about it, when people tell me their personal stories. It's not that simple as they tell you, because sometimes people don't even know why they did that, and they just tell you the reason that they did that by what would commonly be. Like, for example, right, if you have a trauma and then you try to avoid talking about it, and people would ask you like, why don't you talk about it? You would tell them like, 'cause it is bad. But then when they ask you like, what do you mean like by bad? Like, is it because of they did something to you, or because you didn't like something? That is the time that you would start examine what actually is that makes you scared underneath it. And then once you confront it, you would see the reality. But it would be extremely uncomfortable and uneasy. That's why people never really like examine their biggest fear or traumas. It's really scary, because sometimes it even scares you to death. That's the part I like about it, because I love seeking truth, rather than like living with uncertainty and illusion. Because at the end of the day, nothing is permanent. Everything comes and goes, including me, this car, your house, your family, this planet. It's kind of quite far now. And just like that, man. So I don't see the point of trying to escape truth. because we can't avoid it anyway. If we can avoid it, then I mean it is good, but I know that we can't. So I think this is pretty much of this video. People don't want to know anyone deeply and trying to be constantly distracted, playing video games, going to clubs, or scrolling, watching movies, because we live in entertainment like era, so people can just like do anything and they would find joy, and they don't have to face themselves in silence or talk about anything to anyone. So eventually it will just end up not being understood by anyone besides yourself. If you actually constantly examine your own thoughts in order to know yourself, because if you don't know yourself, then you're gonna live your life on autopilot. But I believe that most of you guys, you don't want that kind of life. So thanks a lot for watching. I'm just gonna get off the car and maybe I'm gonna go read a book. Okay, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and get something from it. I appreciate all of the support. I read all of the comments and a lot of them are really positive. I swear to you, sometimes I read it and I I was blushed a little bit and I felt motivated to do more, even though like I don't need motivation to do this like video, but it undeniably makes you feel good, of course. Thanks a lot and see you in the next video. Peace.